It's just religion. It's just religion.
What, love? Oh, socioeconomic inequality and being nasty.
Unregulated capitalism. We have to put a stop to it before it destroys the things we hold most dear. Well, it's them religious people, isn't it? They keep killing and dying for their imaginary beliefs. It's the government, innit? It's got to be the government. It's just a threat of communism, really, isn't it? But, we gave them a bit of a spanking, didn't we?
What causes war? Hello and welcome back to RS in 5 or Less, hastily considering whether or not the ends justify the means. Today we're thinking about what makes one group of people wish to declare war and fight and kill a different group of people. Different religions and different people groups have considered this question for thousands of years. However, the philosopher Bertrand Russell once famously said, "War does not determine who is right, only who is left." When asking the question, why does a country go to war, could have as many answers as there are minutes in the day. It's really complicated. However, we can say that over the course of human history, there have been multiple repeated factors that have caused wars to occur. Some people say that religious reasons are the most frequent in history. This is just not true. The most frequently given reason, when all things are considered and when the dust has settled, is land or resources. Land is one of those things that you cannot manufacture. The boundaries of your country are fixed until you move them, and in order to do so, you usually need to move them into the part of a different country that you want to occupy. Sometimes it could be for resources, such as better farmland, or indeed for oil. Equally, it could be for sheer greed, material gain. Perhaps the country on which you're declaring war is rich in gold or diamonds, and you want those gold and diamonds so that you can have the gold and diamonds. The Apostle Paul wrote to his friend Timothy that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Sometimes a country wishes to go to war, but other times it has war thrust upon it. This could be for self-defense. If a neighbouring country or group of people were to declare war on you and you do nothing, there would be significant damage to your people, and so perhaps the only recourse you might have is to go to war. Equally, alliances across countries and across people groups might mean that your friend country has been invaded and you have an understanding that if such a thing takes place, you will go to their aid with military support. An example of self-defense as a reason for war is the Second World War. The British government tried several methods in order to dissuade Hitler from going to war before they declared war upon Nazi Germany in 1939. The alliance that the UK had with Poland meant that once Germany invaded Poland, a state of war effectively existed between the UK and Germany. Although religious teachings tend to be against war and killing, there are instances where this could be acceptable. Self-defense is one of these. The 22nd chapter of the Qur'an reads, "Those who have been attacked are permitted to take up arms because they have been wronged. Allah has the power to help them." For centuries, religious believers have been trying to square the circle of how to marry up beliefs about peace and non-violence in the face of war. Sometimes the declaration of war comes a long time after the initial attack. It could be many years before you declare war on your enemy of the past. This is not self-defense, but is retaliation. You are visiting on your enemy the misdeeds of the past. You wish to make them pay and make them suffer in the same way that they made you suffer. Sometimes a country may have been seen to have done something that is very wrong, and the response internationally is to declare war on them as a method of retaliation. The argument goes that they cannot be allowed to make a repeat of this action and so must be prevented from doing so by using warfare. For an extension, research details about wars which fall into the categories of self-defense, retaliation, and greed. Which of those do you believe are good reasons for war? Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5, "Do not resist an evil person. If somebody slaps you on the right cheek, show to them the left cheek also." This is usually interpreted to mean to not seek retaliation and revenge. If you attack me, you have done wrong and I have not. If I attack you, I have doubled the amount of wrong in the world. Some questions to consider. Which, if any, of these reasons for war we have considered do you believe to be morally acceptable? Is there a difference between war and killing apart from the scale? And what should be the role of religious believers when it comes to the topic of war?